What's up, everyone? It's your boy Tese here, back again, bringing you another chapter review. This to chapter 1111. It's been a lovely and wonderful chapter. I expected the chapter to not because of how the community has been carrying it to have some Zoro hype moment or something related to Zoro in the chapter because of how it references Zoro 111 his birth date. But then it didn't have that, but then it was still an astounding chapter, a great chapter. So yeah, Leah, without further ado, let's get into the chapter. The name of the chapter, the title of the chapter is The Sun's Shield. Just before we get into the chapter, I almost forgot we have a very, very beautiful color spread. An amazing color spread. It also included Kuma and Bonnie. So it's the Egged arc. This was wonderful. I just wanted to point that out there. It looks really nice. So yeah. The beginning of the chapter was Marcus Mars. Yeah, he penetrated the shuttles, the what's it called, the Labo Stratum. He penetrated it. He's definitely regenerated because he definitely took some damage. So Jinbei spots him first and then turns back to where Zoro is. But then before that he comments is like, the haki is crazy. Like this haki is unreal, and what in the world is that creature? So he gets to where Zoro is, like, Zoro, we need to hurry up and leave. We need to get out of here. Zoro is like, no, he's still standing. Lucci was still standing. Lucci was standing. He had three lines, across from his arm to like chest to the other arm. Because of the attack Zoro did last chapter, he's bleeding. But then he's still standing. And my reaction last chapter, I was like, it looked like Lucci didn't wasn't unconscious, or he wasn't like knocked over. He was still standing. And I'm glad that Oda did it like this, because Lucci is a very astounding character. You just don't bring a character back and just like make him get dogged walk. So you need to give him a showing. He's very what's it called, he's very reliable and very I've forgotten the word I want to use. Competent, very, very competent. But then he's very reliable, as an agent. So yeah. So he then Lucci proceeds to attack them. Jinbei grabs Zoro, telling him he's already won already, that they need to get out of there. Jinbei then apologizes to Lucci for what he's about to do. Then he uses Fishman Karate on Lucci. But then not like directly on Lucci, but then in the present, before Lucci gets to them, kind of creating like a smoke screen, like a dust screen, so they can just get out of there without Lucci chasing after him, because he's already severely injured. So after that, Lucci like defends, the attack. He reverts back to his human form, and just after he's done that, the next panel we see, what's his name? We see Marcus Mars pull up. The panel was beautiful, looking so clean. He pulls up and he says, Rob Lucci of Cypher Pole, ages 0. Where is York? From that statement alone, I was just like that was like just kind of like badass, because of who he is, the Gorosei, and the way he talks is just like, it captivated me. I really like it. I like it a lot. I'll still get to the other stuff he talks about. Lucci was shocked there. He was frozen. He had an expression of like total shock on his face. Then just after that, we see Jinbei and Zoro running away. Zoro is like, what's that thing? Jinbei doesn't even answer. He's just like, we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here like real quick. Then Lucci proceeds to answer him. He's like, she's in the control room, which is on the 4th floor in building A. The people that just left were Ronald, Zoro, and the first son of the sea, Jinbei. That there's also 5 straw hats up there in the Labo Stratum with 2 Vegapunks. That they plan to escape through the back entrance of the Labo Stratum, and that there are also 85 or is it 86 Cypherpole agents in the basement with four other Seraphims locked up, and that there's 6 minutes left before Vegapunk's message is relayed. Like, what was the unit again? You've gotten a very a very very reliable agent who gives you the information you need, who was there to do the stalling, even if he lost it, to do the stalling, to keep them in check. He's like the Lucci hype, the Lucci stocks, they are still up there because he's very like he's still a very good character. Like, I don't know, like, it's not as if like I have like Lucci over Zoro, Zoro over Lucci, power scaling wise, but then Lucci as a character, he still did not like drop at all. He's still up there. Even more, he kind of like added to it. So Marcus is like splendid work. I have no further queries. Bro, that's some boss talk right there. That's like, oh yeah, I know who I am, and this is how I'm going to talk to you. I just love the way he's talking. Marcus. So after that, yeah, after that, as he's about to fly away, Lucci is like, one more thing. My partner is up there and he's severely injured. Could you please spare him? And Marcus is like, that might not be possible because it's hard to single out a lone insect when exterminating the hive. What else do you need? What else do you need? That Marcus has left an impression on me. His character design is nice. I really like how I was not going crazy over his character design, but his zone design is absolutely insane. And hearing him talk the way he talks, I'm like, okay, you're him. You're him. You definitely have that aura. So enough of the Marcus Glaze. Let's move on. The next panel is Luffy and the Giants. What's it called? They're having, they're catching up. It's just a little bit. Luffy's like, old timers. It's been a while. They're like, yeah, it's been 2 years. We could even recognize you again with your appearance and stuff like that. Luffy's like, I don't really get what you mean, but then we can talk later. Topman and Saturn are there. Topman is like giants. Saturn is like that's a very unpalatable complication. Yeah, go Saturn again with the big grammar. That's why we don't like you, bro. You talk the big talk, but you can't back it up, bro. You just can't back it up, bro. So Luffy then tells the giants that they don't want to fight them. They just have to get away. Just have to run away. And they're like, yeah, Sanji told us about it. That that's the plan. And that they came here because they heard from the news that the world government has them surrounded. So they came to help. And then yeah, on the left side of the panel we have like a nice showcase of by Oda. Showing us the island. In a small view where everyone is on the island, where the goal is, which is the what's it called, the giant ship, where the goal is at the northeast, of the island, no, northwest of the island, and where everyone is on the island. It's just a nice showing to like give us an idea of where everyone is and what's going on. After that, Dory blows his horn, which signifies the giant crew that they've gotten the straw hats and they're ready to dip. That's just the whole purpose of coming here, to rescue them and dip. The giants are like, okay, yeah, let's everybody get back to the ship, let's round it off, or round it up, and that there's no point in looting the warships. There's not gonna be any treasure on warships. So after that, Topman is like, they are signaling an escape, and allow me to blow a horn of mine. I'll erase any form of hope of escape you guys have. Then he proceeds to roar. Topman roars like a great roar, because it wasn't just any normal roar. That roar had Conqueror's Haki coming out of it, included with the roar. So that's not a named attack. Man is just roaring. We have the giants and Luffy putting up their hands like this to block. That's Luffy, and the giants are using the shield to block from the roar. The roar was so great that it had trees and buildings in Egged tilted, you know. So buildings erect like this, they were tilting, you know, because of the roar and stuff like that. Then the next panel was hilarious, you know. Luffy was screaming and his eyes were flying out, or they flew out. His eyes flew out, his heart flew out, his sandals flew out, and the round stuff on his pants flew out along with his shirt. Or if he's not wearing a shirt, you know, I can't really recall, but and also the scar on his chest and the scar on his eyes flew away too. And Dory and what's it called? Broggy's reaction in the background was hilarious because that would be my reaction to if I saw that. Like what's going on here, you know? We get another panel showing us the view of what's going on the island from the raw, with the Marines on the coast, you know. They're like the island is going crazy again. We have lightning strikes like up in the skies from the island, you know, like multiple. Then we have Marines passing out from the Conqueror's Haki Roar, you know, from the island, you know, all the way on the coast, bro. They've not docked, bro. They're on the water just by the coast, you know, and they're passing out, you know. It's crazy. It's very crazy. Then we have Dorian Broggy guiding Luffy, you know, blocking him, so he doesn't like fly away in a sense like that, you know. They're like Straw Hat, you good? That you held on. Your body is just so funky, you know, and they're laughing and stuff like that, you know. Then they're like, that's a Conqueror's Haki Roar. Like, who is this? That's a Giant's accent. Luffy's like some government big shot, you know. Like he doesn't really know who he is, you know, just some government big shot. Then Topman proceeds to attack them. He jumps in the air and he's somersaulting, you know, like he's tumbling like 3, 4 times, you know, in the air. The Topman's design, you know, he's with 4 horns coming out of his mouth, or like four shaped kind of like horns, you know, or big tooths coming out of his mouth, you know. So the front, like two up front and two behind, the two in front turned into a blade, you know, which he used to attack them. Dorian Broggy blocked it with their shields on their hand, you know, blocking it like this. So they blocked it, and the name of the attack that they used to block it was called Sun Shield Chevalin, you know. So they blocked it. Top Man then proceeds to talk to them. He's like, what sort of destiny ties you guys together? Now, do you really know who this man is, or who this boy is, you know? And they're like, yeah, we do. He's our buddy. And they started laughing, you know. Then they sent Top Man flying with an attack called Split Skaldar, you know, Skaldar. So Top Man was sent flying. Saturn was like, if that's where you guys stand out, you know, we're gonna erase you guys from world history along with Luffy, along with him, is what they said, you know. So Saturn spits out some venom, you know, sent it at them, flying at high speed, you know. Luffy shouts, he's like, you guys should watch out, those are venom, you know, that's like you know, like venom, you know, like was it venom or like some sort of like poison, he said venom though, you know, like that's venom. Then Luffy enlarges his right arm or his left arm, one of them. He grabs a tree from the side, holds the tree up like this, uses his mouth to carve the tree into a baseball bat, has a paint of buckets, a bucket of paint, what am I saying? A bucket of paint, no, black paint, you know, with a paintbrush, paints the bat black, writes 56 on the bat. I've forgotten what 56 means, but then, you know, it is a symbol tied to like Luffy. I've forgotten exactly what it means. I don't, you know, give the wrong saying, you know. But then next panel, he now has a hat, a baseball hat on his head with the same number 56, colored black. You know, he painted it black for sure. Then the next panel, he's striking up a pose, ready to hit a home run, you know. So, and he did all of that before the venom gets to him, you know. It's just hilarious. I was cracking up when I was reading this chapter, you know. It was very hilarious, and especially that part. So yeah, he sets up, the venom comes, he sends it back, you know. It's venom, but then he can, you know, change the properties of anything he wants. So he probably just turned it to rubber, smacked it back, you know. So he sent it back to them. Then he was laughing, you know, seriously laughing, you know, like someone just cracked a joke in the room, you know. He was laughing and he says, "Have a taste of your own medicine." Then the next panel, we saw 3 explosions, and that's like, you know, Top Man, Jupiter, Saint Jupiter, and Saturn. You know, they exploded, you know, because all 3 of them are in the vicinity there. and Luffy is like he's screaming, not like screaming, he's like he's in shock with his tongue out and his eyes popping out. He's like, huh? They explode, you know. So right after that, the Giants are telling their captains that they need to get out there, that the flames are gonna cover the exit that they need to use to escape. You know, then Dory is like they're gone though, and Luffy's like no, they need to hurry up out of there. That these guys they can't die. Then the next panel, we have a silhouette of all three of them in the flames, you know, in the midst of the flames, you know. So they are alive and well, they're just regenerating, but you know, it's more like silhouettes of all three of them. So the Giants and Luffy they turn their back and they hightail out of there. As they're running, what's it called? Dory is like, are those guys immortal? Luffy's like, I don't know, but no matter what I do, those guys just keep coming back. You know, they just keep coming back. Brogy is like, he doesn't know, he has not heard of any race, of any ability that grants a power like that. And he also says that despite the fact that they're running away, that he still counts this as a dub, as a win, you know. So that's that with the Giants and Luffy. We proceed to where the rest of the Straws are. Nami is talking to Zoro and Jinbe and telling them to hurry up. They are like, and Jinbe is saying, yeah, they're on their way already, you know. Jinbe is running with Zoro, you know. Jerry Bunny just got to the ship with the rest of the Giants, and in front of the ship is three vice admirals, and they're like saying they won't let Bunny escape. Unknowing to them, you know, unfortunately, Mr. Prince is just close by with Vegapunk, you know. That's not going to be an issue. They just have to hold out for like 30 seconds or less, you know. Like if he hears Bunny scream, it's done for, you know. He'll pull up like in an instant, you know. So that's gonna be sorted out, you know, not much issues there. What else again? So after that, we see Marcus pull up to the building where York is at, you know, that's the control room. And he's what's it called? He's talking to York, he's saying, where is the room where the the transmission is being displayed from? York is scared. She's like a monster, and it spoke. You know, she's very terrified. She's saying, "Who are you? Just leave me be." After you know, we move on from there. We get to next panel. Is the marine ship where Kizaru was sent flying to? You know, the marines are saying, "Kizaru-san, are you hot? You know, we need to treat your injuries." Kizaru is like, "My injuries run more deep. That just, you know, let me rest already, you know." And you know, and with Kizaru, it's very like it's a very unfortunate, you know. We thought this guy was a cold-hearted fellow. He's just like a cog in the machine, but we saw that he does have people that he cares about, and the side is on had him kill the person he cares about. So you know, this is his own character arc, you know, and stuff like that, you know. So it's very like, you know, it's very like you know, it's sad to see, but it's also great to see this character, you know, issue with, you know, with Kizaru, because we've seen the one with Aokiji, you know, and Gap, and also like Sakazuki too, just a little bit, because of, we know Sakazuki likes to go out and he likes to take things in his hands, you know, but then because of the position he's in now, he can just like willingly do that, you know. So it's very like, it's very nice to see that this is what the OG admirals are going through, you know. So the last panel, just as that was going on, there's a transmission coming in saying, "Come in." There's a creature way bigger than the Giants walking through the island, and it's walking through the flames, and the flames have nothing on it, you know, like the flames are not doing anything to it, and it's just growling, but then they don't know what's growling. Then when we get the context of what the Giant is growling, and it says, "Forgive me, Joy Boy," and then, you know, the question mark from the what's it called, the narrator there, is like, an apology for what, you know. So that ends this roller coaster of a chapter, you know. It's been a lot, so much, you know. To make my review, I was like, yo, there's a lot going on here. How do I, you know, get all of these things in here? I hope I don't forget some stuff, you know, because it's a wonderful chapter in all. You know, we also have a 3 weeks break or a month break, you know, depending on so it's gonna be like 3 weeks break, you know. Oda's taking a break, you know, because of just he's trying to maintain his health, do some checkups and stuff like that. And also with the passing of Toriyama Sensei, Akira Toriyama, who's very close and dear to him. So, so if Oda wants to take his break, he can take his breaks. He even needs a month to take his breaks. He can take his breaks. It's much needed. We need him in full and good health. So he can be able to like finish up what he started. It's been a long ride. Here. So that's that with the chapter. Chapter has been amazing. It's been great. I really did enjoy the chapter. I had a great time reading this chapter. So yeah, that's that for the chapter. If you want to see my reactions on the channel on the live, I also had a discussion with my boys, so you can just check it too. Yeah, that's that for the review. It's gonna be 3 long weeks. I will do my best to make sure the channel is not like just dead, definitely I will post something. I'll make a video, or I'll stream something, but definitely within the first week I will do something. Not should, I will do something. I'll make sure I do something. Let's keep the channel alive and interacting, for sure. So yeah, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I hope you guys like the chapter too. If you didn't like the chapter, comment why. Comment your reasons below. What didn't you like about the chapter? What did you expect that you didn't get? What are your expectations for the next chapter? It's gonna be a while, but then what do you think is next? How soon does Egghead end? How many more chapters to go? And yeah, so just talk about it right there in the comments, down there. And thank you for watching and supporting the channel. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. Share the video, and yeah, stay safe and peace.